Greetings YouTube, this is Crazy Samurai 71 here bringing you another video. Today's video is on Power Rangers Dino Charge. So, as recently stated by a number of sites and also by Nickelodeon themselves, Dino Charge is going to start on February 7th. So excited for that. Kyoryuger was a great season. Can't wait to see how Dino Charge is going to do. And I mean, it's so close. I mean, think about it this way. It's, what is it, 2 weekends away maybe? 3 weekends? Something along those lines. I mean, it's pretty good. I believe it's 3 weekends away. Still, really good. Like, I'm going to be really happy to see it when it finally comes out. Also, as another thing that was found out was about, well, what are the names of the first 4 episodes, as well as summaries for the first 4 episodes. So we now have a good amount of information, and I want to discuss some of these with you. So I'm going to even read some of the summaries. So the first episode is known as Powers from the Past. So the summary basically says, millions of years after the mysterious and powerful energy gems were entrusted to the now extinct dinosaurs for protection from the ruthless bounty hunter, a pair of courageous teens find themselves in possession of 2 of these long-lost precious artifacts and come face to face with a monster who would do everything in his power to steal them for himself. So, this is meant to be the first this is supposed to be the equivalent to the first episode of Kyoryuger, where the 2 characters that they're referring to would be, you know, in this case it would be Dino Charge Red, otherwise known in Japan as Kyo Red or King in Japan. But in this case it would be Tyler for Japan, for America. Tyler and Shelby is the American Kiro Pink, and you know, which she's known as Dino Charge Pink. So the 2 of them are the ones that are in possession of the energems, which the energems, you know, are supposed to represent they're not the actual like, beast batteries, but they're the equivalent to they're the equivalent to that, but except for the fact that it's not something that's that they would actually put into their morphers per se, at least for now. They haven't confirmed that they're going to change that. Currently speaking, that's what it seems like. It's going to be basically that. So that should be really cool. So yeah, it's supposed to be the first episode of that, and it will be, and the first monster from the first episode will be there. Then the next episode is called Past, Present, and Fusion. Cool name. I like that. I mean, past again, so it's repetitive a little bit. But here, a new teen finds his own energem and joins Tyler and Shelby on their pilgrimage to the Dinosaur Museum, where they learn they are a part of an elite team called the Power Rangers. They are entrusted with protecting the energems from a fierce bounty hunter named Sledge, who has returned and is more determined than ever to capture the energems for himself. Okay, so that's the summary of the second episode. So let me give you a little bit of an idea of what I think of this. It sounds really good. I mean, basically what it seems like they're doing is they're repeating what they did with Kyoryuger in regard to the fact that they're not going to make it so that the entire team's going to reveal it all at once. No, it's going to happen. Okay, this episode we're going to reveal this ranger, and this episode we're going to reveal this ranger. Who's going to be who's going to be the ranger that's going to be revealed this episode? Who's going to be, well, in Japan it'd be Kuro Blue, but in America it's, you know, Dino Charge Blue, which is Koda. So that'd be cool. Koda is meant to be the character that's supposed to be from the past. He's supposed to have lived thousands of years ago, have been like a caveman. So it should be really cool. I'm really looking forward to seeing how that will go about and what they'll do with him as a character. And this is also supposed to be the first time, since, you know, the 3 main colors are, in this case, red, blue, and yellow, and pink. Sorry, normally it's yellow. Remember, this is the one season where they decided, oh, we're not going to do yellow. I'm fine with that. Regardless, so yeah, so they decided to put in, so that's when they finally introduced the equivalent to Kyoryuger, which is basically going to be Dino Charge Megazord, unless they have like a different name. I think that they're just going to do a generic Dino Charge Megazord, even though in some seasons they make it specific, but something tells me they're probably just going to make it very generic, which kind of sucks, but I believe that's what they're going with. It's kind of been this thing that they've done for a while now, and it pisses me off. But at the same time, it's like I'm fine with it. I'll be interested to see what they do with the other ones, like when it comes to later mechs. But we'll see. So then let's go over the third one. Oh, I just actually remembered something. One thing I wanted to say before I actually go to the third one. So they mentioned Sledge. So one thing that was confirmed a while back in some of the early trailers was that Sledge was supposed to be this new character that is supposed to be a new villain. And what I love about that is the fact that Saban is doing something that hasn't been done in a pretty long time. I mean, I'm really happy about that. They didn't do that at all during Super Megaforce or Megaforce. What is that exactly? A new character. I mean, a new villain. That's something that they used to do a lot more of in the past, and I love the fact that they're going back to that route, because it's just like, that was perfect before, and it used to make it interesting. Because the thing was that before, consider this. It makes the shows seem different. It makes Sentai feel like Sentai and Power Rangers feel like Power Rangers. That really shows that they're not just being like, oh, we're just gonna copy and paste things. That would be so awesome. Not to mention the other thing is that I'll be very interested to see how his story will be, and also will there be fight scenes with him? Because you know what? If there are, that means it's gonna be all original footage, which is awesome when it comes to those fight scenes. I hope they're gonna do that. That'd be awesome. I mean, he's supposed to be the villain. I'm excited. I'm sorry, I just had to say that because it's just like they mentioned Sledge in this, and like Sledge makes me really happy because he's supposed to be like this new villain. I mean, he's the equivalent to Lord Zed. He's the equivalent to Divatox. He's the equivalent to Rancic. You know, all these Astronema. I mean, all these characters that were introduced specifically for that season that was meant to be a new villain. Lothor, even from Ninja Storm. I mean, those are good examples. Mesogog, you have my point. Those are all really good villains, and they were all original. Grom was, you can even count Grom, for example. I mean, they're all original. They're not like something that someone just put together last minute. But that's the one thing that Samurai, I don't believe Samurai did, maybe. But I know that Megaforce and Super Megaforce did not do that. I have something that's so good that they're bringing that back. It's so awesome. I love them. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gushing a little bit about this because it's so good. Okay, let's go into the third episode. So the third episode is entitled "A Fool's Hour." Okay, so yep. So what is the summary? Sledge arrives on Earth to confront Keeper and the Rangers. He gives them a deadline to return the Energems, but coming up with a plan to fight back again, back gets compromised when Tyler goes after Fury on his own. Can the Rangers figure out how to work as a team? Okay, so this episode was meant to be an episode where they, I'm trying to think of now, what was it? The third episode. That's right. Sorry about that. This was meant to be the episode where the entire team has formed at this point. So they're supposed to put in, you know, the last member of the team. I don't remember the name that they put for Dino Charge Black right now. I only know 4 of the members, technically, I guess that means, so it's alright. But otherwise, yeah, no, it should be good. Actually, did I forget one? I think I did. Yes, I did. I forget what 2 of their names are. I forget what Green and Black, which personally saddens me a little bit. But so yeah, so Sledge, awesome. Keeper, my guesses are he's probably going to be the equivalent to, you know, Zordon or even Gosei. You know, he's supposed to be their guide. So if that's true, that could mean that that for any of those people hoping in the past that maybe, like, I mean, this is not confirmed, but it could just be that they're not going to use a former Ranger to be their guide for this season, which does suck a little bit. I would have loved to have seen a former dinosaur-based Ranger take up the arms of being in charge of this team. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm not against that. I mean, I'll be interested to see. I'm curious as to who Keeper is. I'm curious if Keeper is meant to be Torin, or is he some new character? And if he is a new character, I'll be very interested to see what they'll do with that. I would be, I mean, Torin would be cool. Believe me, I would love to see Torin. I would love to see Torin, but I have no idea right now. What else is there that's mentioned? I'm trying to look through those again. So they mentioned Tyler trying to fight Fury. So Fury is the equivalent to Chaos, I believe it was, in Japan. You know, the guy that has the awesome look, the red and the yellow, and he looks evil, he's awesome, you know. So that should be cool. That's pretty much the same in Japan too, where like Dino Charge Red ends up fighting Fury early on. And this is supposed to be like in regard to them learning how to work together. So let's go over the 4th episode, because there's not much else I can think of really to say. It sounds like it could be really good. The 4th episode says Chase tries to help Koda. Right, Chase is green. Right, Chase is green. I was completely forgetting this. So Chase tries to help Koda adapt to the modern day technology after he struggles to learn how to ride their new high-tech dino cycles. But when they are caged in a cave by one of Sledge's monsters, Koda must rely on his caveman instincts to escape and save his friends. Okay, so one thing I want to say before I actually talk about this is I forgot to mention when it said, can the Rangers figure out how to work as a team? For those that have watched, not Dino Charge, Kuro Oger, when they're referring to can the Rangers figure out how to work together, that's referring to Kento Spiker. That awesome weapon, which has not been released as a toy yet, sadly. I'd be very interested to see how that looks and what they'll name it, because there isn't a confirmed name right now. So that'd be very cool to see what they'll refer to that as. Not to mention that that's supposed to be the episode where they introduced the Dino Charge Megazord's Western mode, which will be interesting to see if they'll refer to it as Western mode or something else. If they choose Western mode, I won't complain, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It should be cool. I'm looking forward to it. I'll be curious to see if they'll make it authentic and actually have like the music and stuff playing and do some creative stuff in that regard. But let's talk about the 4th episode, Return of the Caveman. So obviously the caveman is referring to Koda. Chase the Green Ranger, yes. So as you remember, Koda is supposed to be from the past, several, like maybe a thousand or 2 years old or something like that. But he was frozen over. And the other thing is that this episode introduces the Dino Cycles, so that should be cool. Yes, so that's another thing that they do bring up, is that the Dino Cycles, you know, in Japan there's the Dino Chasers, which should be cool. I'm very excited for that too. I know I'm saying I'm excited for this, I'm excited for that, because you know what? The logic behind this makes a lot of sense, and I'm really happy about this, because it sounds great. Koda needing to learn how to manipulate the Dino Cycles makes perfect sense. Chase, interestingly enough, is the one that's supposed to teach him, so that sounds interesting. Which reliance came in to escape and save his friend. When it refers to Koda must rely on his caveman instincts to find a way to escape, that's going to be interesting to see, because the thing is that you have to consider this is something that I'm very interested in. I've thought about this for a while now, like ever since it was released. Now, I mean, I was thinking about this. Is the fact that that's really cool, because you have to consider this. We haven't really had a ranger that had those kind of, you know, animal instincts that really like took it seriously. And I mean, one of my most important things to talk about is Koda, because of the fact that he is going to be an interesting character, and I'm hoping they do justice with him. Like, I hope they don't make him ridiculous. At the same time, I hope that they make like, I don't want to say that they should make him ridiculous, but I don't want to see him like start making animal sounds at the same time. Like, I wouldn't complain if they make him like you know, John from Kondo John from Geki Ranger, or which is the equivalent to Jungle Fury Red, which would be really awesome. I would love, like, if they made him like that, it could be interesting. I wouldn't expect them to do it exactly like that, where it makes all the animal like Niki and all that kind of stuff. I wouldn't expect that. But at the same time, if they can make it work, make him so that he is intelligent at the same time, he does have limited intelligence in regard to modern technology, but he has those animal instincts. It can be very interesting to see what they do with his character. As long as they don't make him seem ridiculous, I'll be happy with him. I mean, it could be really cool. Personally, at the moment, based off of what we've seen of the team, I'm so uncertain about things. I mean, one of the most important things to remember is that we haven't really seen them in their regular outfits yet. So we have, but we haven't really seen what, like, if Koda's gonna, like, when he's introduced, is he gonna have like some, you know, loincloth on, or is he gonna have like a ripped T-shirt or something like that? I mean, obviously after that episode, he's probably gonna not have that period, but I'll be very interested to see. One thing I'm curious about is that in the end of the first episode, and this is also true sort of in the second episode, is the fact that also they had the Rangers show up in their Ranger forms, and then the ones that were already shown and given a story, at the end of the episode, those Rangers would unmorph in front of the other Rangers, and the other Rangers would be like, "Oh, that's who you are." I would be very curious to see if they do that. I would love that, but I don't know if they're going to do that. I mean, that'd be really cool. I hope that they keep things, you know, accurate in regard to the show accurate, because I mean, that's something that isn't going to harm the show, and it's something that, you know, it does add that sense of story, and, you know, that sense of, oh, okay, so now we've really become like a team eventually, like once all of us have been revealed in the show. That'd be very cool. I'll be very excited to see what they do with that. Also, I'm very curious to see what their personalities and all that. So, I mean, this sounds really good so far. I'm really happy about this. These 4 episodes sound really awesome. The summaries and everything. I mean, believe me when I say this, when these episodes air, I will probably do a review of each individual episode as they air. So when the first episode, Powers from the Past, airs, expect in the next day or so, maybe more, we'll see, for me to release another episode, for me to release a video in response that's basically a review of Powers from the Past. Expect it. It's gonna happen. I'm looking forward to it. Like, I'll be very curious to see. I'm sure I'll discuss the theme. I'm sure I'll discuss everything. The first episode will probably be the longest one because I'll be discussing the theme. But I mean, overall, I'm really happy. Like, this sounds good. As long as I don't make it look too much, as long as they make it work, they keep a number of things original, which they're doing. I mean, think about it this way: new villains. The Blue Ranger has a unique has like unique characteristics and history and story overall. I'm trying to think what else there is. I mean, overall, the Keeper sounds interesting. I'll be very curious to see what they'll do with him. Who is he going to be? Is he going to be Torin? Is he going to be a different character? Because if he's a different character, that'd be cool. If he's Torin, that'd be awesome. Regardless, these things sound really, really, really good. And when it says Dinosaur Museum, that's interesting. That's something that they mentioned in the second episode. I'm curious about that, because that reminds me of Dino Thunder in regard to the fact that they have to go with, in the I believe it was the first episode of Dino Thunder, maybe it was the second episode, where they end up having to go with, Tommy Oliver, in other words, Jason David Frank, to, the three Rangers, blue, red, and yellow, to a dinosaur museum, and they have to help him with some stuff because he's a teacher. And see, I'm curious as to whether the Keeper is going to be similar to Tommy in that regard, or is it going to be something unique? And just in general, why are they going to this dinosaur museum? It makes me very interested. It makes me wonder a lot as to what this dinosaur museum is and what's it about and what's it going to look like. Because I mean, it's a museum, so I'm very curious. I'm guessing it's gonna be in like the secluded area, like it's regularly a museum, and then there'll be like these moments where you see them out of it. you know, I'm very, very curious to see how that's going to work out. I'm very curious as to how the actual, you know, the base itself will look. I'm guessing the Dinosaur Museum is meant to be the base, so that'd be very interesting. Very interesting overall. I mean, I'm looking forward to it a lot. I'm beyond excited for that. I can't wait for the 7th. I can't wait because it just sounds too good. Like, once that happens, oh my god. Ugh. You have no idea how excited I am. I mean, my god. I've been waiting for this for a while now, and I mean, I'm so happy that they're doing Dino Charge, and I'm so happy that Dino Charge. Oh, I just don't know what to say. I'm like too happy, and it's good. It's really good. I'm very curious to see what they'll do with this season. I'm very excited. This information that we've gotten so far sounds really great. I'm happy. I hope that you guys are happy too. So before I go, I just want to say thank you for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And again, this has been Crazy Samurai 71 here, bringing you our Power Rangers Dino Charge discussion video on the summaries for the first 4 episodes, as well as the titles for them. So stay tuned, guys, for our first big episode to come out on the 7th of February. I hope to release some other videos that will be Power Rangers and other stuff between now and then. So hope to see you guys in my next video. If it's not a different video entirely, then I might see you guys in my episode reviews of each of the episodes. So hope to see you guys then, and thank you for watching.